Hey guys, how you doing? Greg here, welcome to my channel. So in this video we're going to be learning how to play Ain't No Sunshine by Bill Withers. This is a great song to learn if you're new to guitar because it uses some simple chords and there's only really 2 bits to it, and it's a short song too, so you'll be able to play it in no time at all. Yeah, so without further ado, I'll play that first bit one more time and then we'll break it down. So what that is, the first chord is A minor 7, and how we play this, we use our first finger and then we put that on the first fret on the B, second string up, and then we're going to put our second finger on the second fret on the D. So we've got that shape, and then we're going to play all the strings apart from the very top one. And we get that sound. And if we just go through the chords first, and then I'll show you kind of what we're going to do with them. The second one's going to be E minor 7, and we can play that one just by playing the top string open, and then the D string and the G string open. And then we're going to play those same strings, but the next chord is going to be G7, and we're going to play the top string, the third fret on the top string. Our second finger is going to go on the third fret on the D string, and then our third finger is going to go on the fourth fret on the G string. So we're going to play all those notes together, and that gives us a G7. And kind of what's happening, instead of us actually strumming the chords, we're going to do like a broken chord. So we're going to do, for the A minor 7, we're going to put our thumb on the A string and play that on its own. Then we're going to get our first finger, second finger and third finger, and put those on the D, G and B string and play those together. So it's going to go A on its own and then the 3 fingers together. And we're going to do that twice. So. And the great thing about the next chord is it doesn't actually use any fingers on this hand, which gives us time, because the thing that's trickiest about changing chords is actually just getting one to the next one. A lot of people can play chords to start with, but they find changing to the next one the trickiest bit. So this bit might make it a little bit easier. So you play your A minor 7, then when you're doing your E minor 7, you can think about your G7, and that gives you time to move to the next bit while you're playing a chord in between. So for the last bit, because we kind of hold that, it can be tricky to know how long to hold it for. So we can count the whole thing out. So it'll be like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So yeah, just do it one more time so you can hear how that goes again. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's the verse part. So the next bit's going to be the chorus, and that uses an E minor 7, but this time we're going to play it like this, which if you've done a D minor 7, which you might have done, or a D minor, this is going to be the same kind of shape as that, but just 2 frets up. So to play E minor 7, we're going to put our first finger on the second fret on the D, we're going to put our little finger on the 4th fret on the G, and then we're going to put our other 2 fingers. Finger 2 is going to go on the 3rd fret on the B, and finger 3 is going to go on the 3rd fret on the E. And we're going to do that same kind of thing with this hand, but this time we're going to put our thumb on the D string, the 4th string up, and then our other 3 fingers, or finger 1, 2 and 3 on our right hand or left hand, depending on if you're right-handed or left-handed. Those 3 fingers are going to go on the 3 strings at the bottom underneath the D. And we're going to do the same thing as we did before for the first bit. And we're going to do 4 of each of those on the E minor 7. And then we're going to change to D minor 7, which is, we're going to put our first finger across the first fret on the B and the E string, the bottom 2 strings. And then our second finger is going to go on the 2nd fret on the G. And then we're going to do the same thing for the D minor 7 as we did for the E minor 7. So and then we're going to go back to the first bit again. So I'll put those bits together just so you can hear how it all sounds. So you might find this technique with your thumb and your fingers a little bit tricky, and if you do, we can strum the chords, and there's another little bit. Instead of actually using the shapes we're using, we can use some that you might already know. So we could do an A minor to start with, and we could strum with a pick, and then we can do an E minor, and then a G. So if you've never done those chords before, what they are, A minor is going to be our first finger on the first fret on the B string, second string up, our second finger on the second fret of the D, and then our third finger on the second fret on the G, and then we're going to play all the strings apart from the very top one. So that's A minor, and then to do E minor, we're going to do, I mean, there's a couple of different ways you can do it, but kind of I think the easiest way is if we use these two fingers. So we're going to our second finger and our third finger on the second fret on the A and the second fret on the D, and we can play all the strings for that one. So that's E minor, and then we've got G, which we can do if you put your first finger on the second fret on the A string, and then our second finger on the third fret on the E on the top, and then our third finger on the third fret on the bottom string. So that's G. So what we're going to do with that one, we're going to strum A minor twice. So and then we're going to do E minor once, and then a G once, and then back to A minor. And you can keep that last bit going if something might help, just to have like a kind of a meter. So you do like a 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll do that again one more time. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you might find those chord changes a little bit tricky. I've seen like maybe a slightly easier version I saw the other day in a book, which looked good actually, which was A minor twice. And instead of doing E minor and G, we just do an open E, so just the string on its own, then the third fret on that same string, which gives us the G, and then back to A minor. So if I put all that together, we'd have A minor twice, E on its own, G on its own, for the same string, and then back to A minor for 4. So one more time, A minor twice, so there's like a different way of doing the verse. The next bit, instead of doing E minor 7 and D minor 7, we could just do an E minor, the same as we did before. 4 of those. And then 4 D minors, which is similar to D minor 7, but just a little bit easier way of doing it. And then back to A minor. And then E and G again. So I'll put those bits together so you can hear how they sound. So they're all the parts that Ain't No Sunshine by Bill Withers. So I hope you found that useful. Please like and subscribe if you did. If you have any questions, then leave me a comment below and I'll get back to you. That's all from me for now, and I'll see you guys again soon.